Hello, family, friends, and whoever is watching. I hope you all are doing well. In this video, I wanted to share a personal story that revolves around self-doubt and self-consciousness. As I get older as a creative, I find that I struggle a bit with being overly self-conscious about the music that I make and the experiences that I have. Recently, I had a conversation with a new friend that left me with a different perspective on self-doubt and self-consciousness as a creative. I think it's important to note that this person is not home because for me personally, I find that most of the friendships I've made and maintained over the past 15, 20 years have been primarily within the home community, since the bulk of work and opportunities I've received comes from within it. Not to say that I choose to close myself off to anyone outside of the home community, of course, but you'll learn why this detail is important later. So growing up, there has always been this invisible line that perhaps I subconsciously draw, where I don't really talk about my personal experiences and achievements enough with anyone, especially outside of the home community. One reason for that is because growing up, when we succeed in something, my parents, being the humble people that they are, will often tell us, this contributes to me being overly self-conscious sometimes, even as an adult. Another reason why I feel the need to live this sort of double life, one as a Hmong man and another as a working American, is because I feel this fear of judgment. The idea that because our community is still so young when compared to the general population, perhaps my own personal talents and abilities could never measure up. Okay, I promise this is not going to get social or political. I'll bring my point home eventually. So during this conversation with this new friend, they were telling me about their hobbies, experiences, accomplishments, etc., and they really owned it. So much so that when it was my turn to share, I caught myself initially shying away, saying general things like, oh yeah, I play a little guitar and produce music here and there, ... within my community. As if I needed to specify my community. They pressed me a little bit to elaborate. Well, have you ever played any shows or produced any work for anyone? This is usually the point where I start turning the attention away from myself. But this time I was like, you know what? I should probably share. And so I did. I essentially mentioned touring across various college campuses from North Carolina to California as an acoustic duo act with my brother back in college. Playing various music festivals, selling out shows, sharing the stage alongside some of the most talented and influential home musicians of my parents' time and my time. Producing over 150 songs for various artists over the last 20 years. Buying, selling, trading music gear to try and mimic the sounds and tones of some of my favorite musicians. When I was done, it felt like I just came out of a trance. I don't think I have ever been this open in just telling someone new about myself and my personal experiences involving my personal love and passion. I was met with uh, I thought you sort of dabbled in music. And then later that evening, I had that sick, guilty feeling in my stomach I often have when I overshare. Like, dang, should I have really told someone that? And did they think I was bragging? It's that self conscious, self sabotaging inner dialogue that creeps up. But then there was something a tad different this time. There was a sense of relief. Before ending the conversation, this individual told me, it sounds like you don't talk or share enough about yourself and your personal experiences. You should. After much thought, I concluded that perhaps self-doubt and self-consciousness isn't necessarily about not believing enough in yourself, but perhaps it's because we aspire to be so much like those that we admire. Therefore, if the work we create or the experiences that we have are not on the same scale, then we feel this sense of invalidation. However, the idea of aspiring to do more or be more can be taken as a sign that you simply have not reached your limits, and perhaps your best work is still ahead of you. In fact, you can read about different artists in various disciplines who actually dread creating their best work for the fear that they will not be able to top it. And that's a whole other thing in itself. I am so thankful for the opportunities that I've had up to this point and that are continuing to come my way. I would not have been able to do any of it without the love and care of those around me, which include my family, my friends, and even those serendipitous connections I've made randomly at events and even music stores. Therefore, moving forward, I want to start this series of vlogs and videos talking about certain experiences and lessons that I have learned along my journey thus far. Perhaps you can find something meaningful in them that relates to your own life, because your personal experiences, your creativity, and everything that happens also counts. And if you're ever on that fence of should I share this or should I not, you should. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you.